There we go. It is a pretty sad thing, Frostpunk, isn't it? It is a pretty sad setting, which I'm okay with. You don't get a lot of these very, very high in theme games. Wait, if you made Supremacy and it is 3 times the size, what would you do? Probably make it a Starforge-esque boss battle, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to get used to this now being my dominant monitor and that being the secondary. I have always looked at my left screen as the screen where everything always happens. It is where we do most of the work, and that is where normally I look to. However, now that I switched that up, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to get used to. No, I would probably keep the same. I will probably keep the same size. I think you can work with a 60-kilometer ship. It's a little difficult, but you can do it. If need be, you can always just make it an off-map asset. Kind of like the Death Star, which is also too large for conventional warfare. One of the reasons for choosing the Arctic as the last refuge of civilization was the many coal deposits. Interesting. I always did kind of wonder why the setting took place in the Arctic. If hope falls to 0, your people are going to revolt. It's like, yes. Right, is this the end of the gigantic heat wave? Hang on, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Brittle steel. I can't read that. Wait, and you guys can't read that either. Shit. What if we go to here? Is that better? Slightly, I suppose. Okay, we'll go to the minimalist view. No, actually, we can keep the normal one up for now. So what is going on here? We got about 260 people. We have research going. If I recall correctly, we are doing quite well on the tech point. All construction activity consumes more steel. That's actually a problem because... Oh, no, never mind. We actually have plenty of steel. That was actually probably one of the better bad events we could have gotten there. Book of Laws, I recall we are already finished with. We're not getting a lot of wood coming in, but that is... We should have automatons here. How's the temperature? Quite cold here. Is this still working overdrive? No. Could probably turn that on for now. As you can see, there's a lot of cold going on here. And what is going on here? There are no people working at the coal thumpers right about now, but we do have a substantial amount of coal, so that is probably going to be fine. For now. Okay, yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Short stream while we test out some of the new stream settings. One of the things I immediately noticed is that we could do with a couple more scenes that move the camera around the different places on the screen. Right now we only have bottom left and bottom right as the potential webcam positions. I have also taken a bit of the webcam space off. There's a lot of empty space that was not being used. Everything. Oh, what's going on here? Sick people. Going to treatment. Okay, I think we have plenty of hospitals. So let's see. We have 1 infirmary. 2. Oh, just 1 infirmary. That's not a lot. How many patients can be treated here? 10. Okay. Well, at least we have plenty of people there. That's good. Temperature is going to rise soon to -60, which sounds a little strange, but you know. The temperature is going up to -60. Nice tidy setup. Yeah. This is supposed to be a little bit more compact than the old setup, and I hope it showcases more of the games. And I also hope that via the webcam and the new lighting, it looks a little bit better. Is that automaton not doing anything? No. Chaos Bubbles, get your ass back to work. You are literally just sitting there idling, doing nothing. Get you back on that wall drill. Now, technically, this is endless mode. And I kind of wonder what the point of the endless mode is. I have no fuel. True, maybe you just had to refuel. Though there was also no one on the wall drill, so. Nah, he's we're going back to work. This is good. I believe Havoc is on the other side of the city down here. Yeah. Working at the steel factory. Now, since this is basically endless mode, what I want to do is I want to get a self-sufficient city going. Explain why there aren't zombies again. I don't know. Did the game ever explain why we don't have zombies? I don't actually know that. Presumably everyone that dies simply freezes to death, no? Oh, right, we did have scouts, didn't we? And I believe we are now getting the faster scouts as well. Snowy Hill. Distinct spot in Frostland. Waypoint for further exploit. Okay. Obelisk or Ice Needles. Only place standing out in an endless desert. Let's go here. We'll try to split up our scouting groups. Should one reach the end of their exploration, they can always turn back and go to whatever place the other guys left behind, so. Oh, okay, more scouts coming in. Okay, well. Frozen Lake, very well, go there then. Not many other places to go right now. Right, these steam hubs are all off.
Move. Time to get to work.
We have a lot of food. Food rations for 14 days. That is a lot. Coal for about 3 days. We have wood coming in. We have steel coming in. To be entirely honest, I'm not sure what else we need to do to make our city self-sufficient. We are researching the advanced wall drill right now. We are going to need steam cores to power this. We don't need the charcoal kiln, I think. The rest we already have. I think we pretty much completed this playthrough. Well, not entirely, but almost. You could, of course, just go through the endless mode until you die. By the increasingly more difficult storms. I'm not sure if we need to do that. We have very advanced automatons. With the only problem being is that we do not have the damn steam cores to actually make some more. As soon as we get more though, we'll be good. At that point, we'll be able to work with a lot of the heaters off, which means we have a lot more coal preservation as well. That should do pretty well. Do I stream on my Discord? No. Can you stream on Discord? I didn't even know there was a thing. Let's see, let's get going here. How many vacant beds do we have? We have 63 vacant beds. That's pretty good. It means we have the capacity to take in quite a bit of refugees. We can also feed them very clearly, and we're stockpiling food slowly, more and more every day. Steel gain is excellent. I don't expect that steel is going to be a problem anytime soon with 2 advanced steelworks online. There's apparently steel wreckage somewhere. Ah, right, all the way over here. Oh, didn't need to do that. We don't need to collect this just yet. It's not necessary, quite simply put. There are a few sick people though. I can see that. Just the one wall drill for wood. There's still a couple of coal piles. Oh no, wait, those are from the coal thumpers. And of course the gathering posts. Technically we are running a deficit. Then where the hell are all our people working? Okay, so there is 1 coal thumper online. There is 1 coal mine. Steam coal mine, so that's good. Advanced wall drill is now researched. We can not construct it because we do of course need a steam core for that. And steam cores, I recall, are in short supply. Not much else to get in resources. Now, food, health, and shelter is pretty much maxed out except for maybe the hunting tactics. We don't need that anyway since we have the flying hunters and they already have their flying hunters gear. In terms of heating, we have the entire tech tree. Exploration and industry. I suppose we could do this to get cheaper prosthetics. Let's get medical automatons. We can free up a couple of engineers if we have automatons working in the infirmaries. Alright, let's give these 6 some extra food. There are a few people that are currently sick. Now that's not at all a problem. I believe we had some medical posts. Apparently we broke them down in favor of a couple of child shelters. Does every child have a... Yeah, every child has a place in the child shelter. This is good. Now, if I recall correctly, if we open the book of laws here... Yeah, we did sign the medic apprentices law. Which means that every child is basically being educated in medicine and they will help out in the infirmaries. Which is good. What's my favorite part of this game? That's a great question. That's a great question. I think my favorite part of the game is not even something you can necessarily point to. I think it is that everything seems to work so well together to create a single sort of overall design. What does that mean? The graphics, the music, the gameplay, it all works so well together, and I really appreciate that. It all seems like such a well-designed whole. From what I've played so far, it's the same for The Witcher 3. So what is the challenge here right now? Like, what are we trying to do? Oh. Okay, that's what we are trying to do. Noon attack. As we climb the noon attack, we notice a pair of crossed skis planted at the top of a small pile of stones. Coal and wood. Very well. Circle of stones and cracked ice. Which ones of these would be more advantageous? You know, since we have this team going this way, should we reach the end of this exploration cycle before time is up and the storm comes, we can send these guys back to go here. So I think it would be best if we send these guys over to the Circle of Stones. Oh, and we can see movement in between them. Good. That is more people. That is more people. Let's put on the fast forward level 1 while I take another bite of my delicious food. It's actually pretty good. If I knew the ingredient's name in English, I would describe to you what this is. Sadly, I do not have those words in my vocabulary. Medical tomatoes. Good. That is the efficiency increase, right? Automatons working at medical facilities will be 20% more efficient. Good. Let me also do a quick audio test while we're at it. Audio test, audio test, audio test. I'd like to see if the new sound levels hold up. Let me also do a quick audio test while we're at it. Audio test, audio test, audio test. I'd like to see if the new sound levels hold up. That's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Alright, what if we hold the mic a little bit closer to the voice? It seems like the compressor I put on the mic is not currently active. That's a shame. That is a shame. What if we have a little bit of music on? And we do another audio test, audio test, audio test, audio test. What do we get then? Music on. Oh yeah, you guys can't see that. Of course. Well, that sounded fine to me. Oh yeah, you guys. Okay, fine. Let's go back to it then. Are there any vehicles? Well, there are the giant, broken up and salvaged dreadnoughts lying around the wasteland, as well as a couple of train-like vehicles. But other than that, there's no actual vehicles that you can build. Well, aside from the beautiful automatons that are, which are currently all functional. If you haven't seen those yet, let's take one off. Let's take one off. They are fully autonomous. Obviously, that's what automaton stands for. They will replace entire work crews over at factories, where sometimes you need 10 actual people to crew a factory. A automaton can basically replace the entire thing, and they can work day and night, which means that while your people obviously have to rest and take a break, the automatons can work all day, all night, and they can also do so in far sub-zero temperatures, whereas your people, of course, they need actual heat, because, you know, otherwise they die. The automatons are very good. The only thing is that they cannot do every job, but that's okay. There's even upgrades that let you use the automatons in more structures that they would otherwise be forbidden, such as the infirmary or the workshop. Right, we did pick the faith path. I mean, I suppose our discontent is exceptionally low. I suppose we can get our hope a little higher if we activate all the abilities at once. There are currently 10 engineers not working, but that is okay. It's not a problem, we don't really need them anywhere right now. The wall drill is operated by the... which is what produces wood, by the way. Maybe it's... the mic sounds better if I have it a little bit closer. The wall drill is currently automated by the... operated by the automaton, so that whole process is basically automated. We have coal production, which is a bit of an issue. We only currently have one steam coal mine, but the... oh, Scouts reached the obelisk. But we do have a couple of coal thumpers where people are working to gather a bunch of coal. Which, are they going to work now? No, what are they doing, actually? Going home. There's... oh yeah, we did put houses here, didn't we? Yeah, I remember now. I remember. Frozen pond, lone automaton. Ooh, where's that automaton? Go get that automaton. We need more of those, boys. We need more automaton. You can actually automate your entire city if you want to. Oh, I didn't even read these entries in the thing. Now that we have time, we may as well read these entries from the archive. St. Edward's Crown, the lamp. The lamp. Life-saving equipment. Of biggest concern is the ability to manufacture the device described in this patent in large numbers while meeting a very strict timeline, and most importantly, to continue manufacturing on site where proper workshop tools and supplies might not be readily available. The device affords the user a source of light and heat and a means to sound a distress signal, As such, it is considered vital for survival, as its malfunction in typical operating conditions is essentially a death sentence. These must be the lights that all the people carry with them. Therefore, it is necessary to provide maintenance training for every engineer assigned to the expedition, and to equip every dreadnought with a set of blueprints and operating manuals. The last of Queen's jewels. James, I have already used my connections to secure the other jewels, but you are the only man I can trust with this. Now that almost every single piece of the Queen's most prized collection have been auctioned away to fund the expeditions, the Exchequer? Exchequer? Is that how you say that? We're gonna say Exchequer. Is starting to mention the unthinkable. The crown jewels must not be sold. If I have to steal them in order to save them, so be it. Of course, there are the rejected automaton designs. It's just a little flavor thing. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Cores are worth more than gold in this game. Oh yeah. Especially because there is no gold in this game. So it's quite easy to make resources worth more than gold if the resource in question does not in fact exist. Guys, can I know there's not a lot of people watching right now, but can I get some opinions on the new setup-ish thing? The slightly smaller webcam, new lighting and such. I moved some stuff around in the room to facilitate a little bit of a better, more natural and illuminated room, so that basically it's a little bit more visible. Someone has Frozen Lake. Buried Dreadnought, that usually has steam cores, and it is very close. A huge Victoria-class Dreadnought uncovered from the snow by the wind. Really? Wind can blow snow off? I thought that once the snow was in place, it would basically be set there. I read that in one of the upcoming DLCs. It's set in the beginning of the big... Man, I really hope they do more DLC for this game. Another Hulk sighted. Lookouts have reported another sighting of a Victoria-class Dreadnought. Ah, yes, of course. That does give us the relics, doesn't it? Yeah. As you can see here, there are quests associated with the relics, which you have to acquire from the Dreadnoughts. Right. There's no raw food currently coming in. That's okay. We still are stockpiling more and more food. Our coal situation is slowly going down. Once we have a couple more automatons, we should be able to automate the coal production as well. I bet you if I started making people work overtime, we would get rid of our deficit. But I'm not going to do that right now, since that does cause people to get sick and hungry, and every once in a while, some even die. Lighting works much clearer. That's what I like to hear. I also increased the frame rate of the webcam. So right now, if I do this, you guys should... Well, that still is a little difficult, but at least it should be more visible. Hang on. I managed to increase the frames per second on the webcam, and it was absolutely necessary. Because the old configuration was... Oh, right here. The old configuration was pretty bad. It had to do with this... It's on! You motherfucker. Did it reset all my settings? It reset all my settings, didn't it? Yes, it did. It reset. That cunt. Okay, that's fine. Now that is true, can we also set this back to what it used to be? Hang on. Let's see that on this screen, where I get the full range of colors. Okay, so now the frame rate should be higher. Hi. Frame rate, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is basically the refresh rate of the screen. And it makes for a more smooth image. If I turn this back on, this option right here, you should be able to immediately notice the difference. If I now move my head around, for example, and I do that, I turn off the setting. See that? It should be a lot smoother. Okay, with that done, I'm gonna turn this slightly back up. There we go. That should be fine. That's the most natural lighting I can give you guys, I think. That's the most of what it actually looks like. There we go. Okay. Done. And move that back. So I was talking about the webcam being higher frame rate, and suddenly poof. The damn thing is just... It was a lie. It was all a lie. I didn't know. Webcam size is good. Opinion me. That's good. Well, I did ask for it. I'm always on the lookout for small improvements to the stream like that. Really what we should do sometime is we should make some sort of overlay on the stream. So that there's not these...
The work shift starts.
Oh, okay, work shift starts. I was wondering, like, did what just happened, but okay. Oh, by the way, if you, like... Oh, not zoom out that far. You can actually see the glow of the sun as it rises. It's a really pretty game, this. Anywho, what we could also do is eventually make some sort of overlay on the stream so that we do not have these sharp borders around things like the webcam and such. Most other streams have something like that. As you can see, people slowly entering the archives. This entire building is just one gigantic visual, right? It doesn't really serve any purpose except for having these relics in them, right? It is technically pretty cold in here, but this is one of those buildings you don't have to heat because they either do it automatically or because it doesn't really affect anything, which is a little peculiar. Oh, that's the beacon. I was wondering, is the temple freezing? That would be a problem. The temple is comfortable. Look at that. Heat zones, building isolation. We are doing absolutely fine. If we now go... Look at that. Everything, almost everything is comfortable. This is good. I bet you we can even turn off the heaters. Oh, damn, we can actually turn off the heaters. Hang on. How many heaters can we turn off? This is where we find out we don't need any of these heaters on. Alright, I'll keep it on the... Wait, what is that? Isn't that the Faith Keeper? Yeah, the Faith Keepers. Okay, so as it turns out, we could have actually... Oh, simply turned off all of the... Alright, well, the public house always needs to be on, basically. Alright, how about this? We already have a substantial amount of steam hubs close by, which will heat all this. So we don't technically need it heated by some other means. Now, the factory is currently offline anyway, so... Okay, just keep that on. And keep that on, because otherwise it becomes... People will get sick once they actually visit the garden. And we don't want that, of course. Oh, yeah, what's going on? A letter of thanks. Sir, an engineer is here to see you. He has a letter from his team. They want to thank you, sir. The sight of this automaton working tirelessly in the inhuman cold where previously they toiled and suffered is something worth living for. I am glad to hear that, and hope rises slightly. And there we go. Automating your city, of course. Survivors. Hell yeah. Lost scientists. These scientists were sent with their families to the settlement in the north, only to find out that it doesn't exist. They tried to find any kind of shelter until they ran out of supplies. Escort them back to the city. We have the beds to house them. Buried dreadnought. Oh, right, just a relic, no steam core. Explore it safely. 250 wood and 100 steel. Do it. Ooh, our scouts took the time and effort to explore the wreck safely. Apparently there was a toxic trap, but thankfully they got it safely, and otherwise I think the team would have died. That would have been a problem. I think we're fine other than that. And not even other than that, because we actually got rid of the trip. Wow, really? Is that the next storm? Wow, that came in rapid succession. Medical automatons. Okay. Let's get the engineer automatons while we're at it. Do we need any more? No, we still have 3 prostheses. What will we do with the additional workers coming in? Because there are a few workers coming in. We could set some of them on food, though we could also set some of them on collecting the coal. We can reactivate one of the coal thumpers with those people. Alright, how is our coal consumption doing right now? Pretty good, pretty good. Steam hubs can either be on or off. That will be fine. How is the heater situation? There should only be the public house that is currently being heated and the garden, I think, and apparently a child shelter. Is that it? That is it. Okay. Where's that child shelter? Right here. Okay, let's keep that on. Very well, and you can see the coal amount that we are getting going up quite nicely. Now the workday does end now, which means that it will only be going down instead of up, obviously. Yeah, it is a crazy amount of food. I made sure we had plenty this time, after almost running out. So there's been an accident and the automaton has stepped on a man, crushing his leg and crippling him for life. People argue that the automatons should walk more slowly and carefully, even at the cost of their efficiency. Slow down the automatons, hope will rise, the efficiency of automatons will fall. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. No. Automatons will remain a threat. Oh, come on. They're automatons. We need them. We need them. Oh, okay. Different scout team. What do you got? Steam cores. Yes. This automaton seems to have suffered a serious malfunction. We may be able to salvage something from it. Why, you couldn't take the automaton? Oh no, wait. It's frozen solid. Shame. Bebop bingo. Alright, boys. You can go right back to town. Well, wait, was there anything else? Frozen pond? No, there won't be anything useful there. Ice needles? There won't be anything there. Snow dune? I mean, I don't hold out a lot of hope for that. Bah, we'll send the scouts back out when we have all of our supplies back. We are getting 3 steam cores coming in, guys. This is good. That is going to be 3 more automatons. Though, if we really wanted to, we could also upgrade our wall drill. And potentially our coal mine. We have a steam coal mine right now, which is the 2nd level of upgrade. But there is a 3rd. Let's see. The steam coal mine, which is what we currently have, produces about 600 coal per standard workday. But there is also the advanced coal mine, which produces 900. So that's an increase of 50%. However, I think there is a different place to put these. But I don't know where. Wasn't it here? Yeah. Oh shit, there's 2 spots. That's substantial. Okay. We are instead going to build these coal mines over here instead of upgrading this one. Since technically it is most... No, that isn't most efficient. They won't need coal coats at this rate. What do you mean coats? Coats? You mean coal? We definitely do still need coal though. There's only about 4... Should some monstrous disaster happen and we are absolutely fucked. And all the like coal mines shut down and the coal thumpers have to stop. We only have about enough coal for like what? 4 days? That is a problem. Alright, getting fat off of all the food. Thankfully the rations are being portioned out slightly. 22 days, goddammit. We are really getting a lot of food very quickly. We don't need all these people working on food right now. Yeah, okay. Well, the coal is going to increase again. I have to say, life in our little crevasse. Shitnamesville. It's quite brutal, but it's not as uncomfortable as some of the other cities we've had. We have the entire tech tree. People are warm. People are fed. They don't have to work 20 hours a day. I mean, in this game, that's really all you can ask for, right? We have had different situations. We have had many different situations. Let's see. That's all good. Abilities are on cooldown. Let's fast forward until something happens. Right, yeah, it has been turned off. Our automaton, on the other hand, is just happily working. He's very efficient. 95% efficiency on the automatons right now, which is very high. And he's basically working 24 hours a day. What a lovely morning. Absolutely. Minus 60 outside, but it's okay. Hope is almost at max. I feel like there's some sort of achievement for having no discontent and maximum hope. Because that's so difficult. It is a really pretty game, isn't it? Ah, right, the flying hunters are returning. Which will... Oh, right, okay, it's getting colder. Does that mean we have to put in some... Yeah, we don't currently have the facilities to really... We don't have the facilities to catch a bunch of sick people should problems arise. So I think it's just better to turn on the heaters where necessary. What? Case of an empty village? The case of an empty village. Oh right, that is the relic, of course. Right, alright. You guys, right back into Frostland. Cracked ice. Go for it. Case of an empty village. Abandoned fishing village. The gale hit when we were in the open. It was the strongest blizzard I've ever experienced, although I cannot say what made me feel that way. If it was the eerie wailing of the wind or the monstrous dark shapes formed by the billowing snow. When we finally got to the village longing for a warm welcome, we found only ice and silence. The disappointment was all the more hard to bear, since I remembered the fishermen living there so well. They were cheerful, if somewhat coarse folk, hardened by the cold and work at sea. Close-knit community, but friendly to outsiders nonetheless. We've looked for clues to their disappearance, but found none. Apparently the whole village has moved out, taking everything they could with them. And to our astonishment, locking the doors. Locking the doors, that's funny. They were good people. I hope they will come back someday. It is a rather melancholy filled game, isn't it? Very pretty, but also a little bit. What's going on? Oh, right. Yeah, that's no problem. Basically, all these places don't have workers. Where's the Steam core, guys? Okay, 10 hours. Let's see, is this as smooth on the stream as I hope? Hang on, guys, let me quickly pull up the stream. That's actually pretty damn smooth. Okay, good. Good. Tried out the scenario with the bridge building? No, I haven't. I haven't even bought the DLC. I don't think it was free. Right. Alright, we got people now. Let's put them to work. In the coal thumper. And we have the engineer automatons. Excellent. Let's get to the tech tree. I mean, the only things we have left to research are the prostheses, difficult word, and the charcoal kilns. Oh yeah, and I suppose the hunter tactics. Let's just get that real quick. Alright, let's well, let's get some people working at this, I suppose. One, two, three, four. I want 5 remaining for our factory, so that we can construct the automatons once the steam cores come in, which should be relatively soon. I also just now realized we are still working overtime on some of these, which is really not necessary at this point. What was the next button again? Right, that bracket. At this point, I think our city is running so well we don't even need the overtime anymore. There we go. There are still 2 cases of overwork. Not in the hothouses. Interesting. I would have expected that to be the case for sure. So who is currently running overtime then? Not the workshop, surely. No. Okay, then who is working overtime? Can't be you. Infirmary doesn't have any specific times. Ah, right, the cookhouses. Is that the last of the overtime? That is the last of the overtime. Alright, let's get a couple of additional houses in here. Apparently, some are required. Preferably not there. Wait, is that actually in range of a steam hub? No, but that would be in range. Okay. Let's remove this. Right, it wouldn't be in range. I was thinking this circle was the heat thing, but that was actually just the House of Prayer. Which, as it turns out, prayer may be great, but you know it's also great not freezing to death. And I think we're going to be preferring that. Okay, couple of houses. We do currently have 5 homeless people, but... Field kitchen, field kitchen. Alright, the hunter's gear is done. We are actually running up on the final pieces of the tech tree. Let's just get the prostheses done now. Oh man, where are these steam cores? Give me those steam cores. There they go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Steam cores acquired. You are... What do you mean shut down? 24-hour shift. Come on, guys. Get these automatons up and running. I'm building 2. Should we be building 2? What if we only build 1 and then we can build 1 medium-size coal mine? We don't need to. We already have all the coal production we could ever need. Let's just get more automatons. Let's get 3. Bam, let's just use all these steam cores. Let's get back to the buried dreadnought, and from there on out we will visit the snow dune. Maybe there's something interesting remaining over there. Alright, the evening prayers and the sermon are almost off cooldown. This will raise hope slightly again. Working near a shrine, temple, and the living near the House of Prayer. Now, of course, this game does let you turn yourself into a complete dictator, running a very, very, very brutal dictatorial regime. We are not going to be doing this. There we go. Oh, we are so close to max. Oh, there's still 10 people currently not doing anything. Oh. Field kitchen only needs one person to work. Alright, automaton constructed. There we go. Here you can see it being assembled slowly. And there it is, folk. Our very first automaton of this batch of 3. Now the question is, what are we going to automate? All these storage houses are just kind of just doing their thing, storing massive amounts of coal, steel, and more coal. What are we going to automate? What can we do? I am kind of impartial to having another one of... Let's leave the steam and just get more automatons. Speaking of which, we can now replace our coal mine crew with our automaton. And now we have a bunch more people that we can have working in the... There we go. At the coal thumpers. Which require a lot more people to work efficiently than a coal mine. Which is why I want the coal mine automized first. You get digital art and the soundtrack with the season pass. I dare you to beat the next level. What, you mean the next storm? Or the next, like, scenario? Let's see, we're going down to minus 80, and then we're going down to minus 120. I already have all of the installation that you can have. We have enough steel. We have all of that. I mean, at that point, it's just... How about we get some more rations? Because, you know, having enough food for 24 days is... That's probably insane. Let's not do that. Okay. What other important facility do we have that we need to automate? We already have that. Man, the scrolling in this game is really slow. It has to be said. We already have this automated, the wall drill. We have our coal mine. Just automate the advanced steelworks, I suppose. Get the other people working on coal as well, I suppose. Our last automaton is currently in production, and then the 24-hour shift will end. I will shut down the factory, and then the people can go home. Ah, the next scenario, okay. Storm on the... Yeah, I know. I know. I just need to make sure that I get my scouts out of there in time. Otherwise, they will freeze to death. And that will be a bit unfortunate. Right, another automaton. Okay. That makes the 3. At that point, let's start the industrial hothouse automation. I don't need to, at least I don't think I need to automate the workshops. There's only a few pieces of tech left, and they're not that important. Oh, an infirmary. Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Let's automate the infirmary, eh? Not that there's any patients right now, but as soon as they start coming in, with which will probably start happening soon with the upcoming frost. How's the temperature? I think I'm just going to turn up every single heater we've got. In preparation so I don't accidentally forget. Except for these, of course. Automatons working there don't need... Oh yeah. Automatons working there don't need that. I forgot. The people in the infirmary definitely do need it, though. So don't make your infirmary freeze, because then the people inside will still freeze to death. Your automatons will survive, but the patients inside will absolutely not. So yeah. Hey, there it is. That's the first new follow message. Thank you for follow, man, and welcome to the live stream. We need some more of those. We need some variations. That's what we need. We need some multiple follow messages that OBS cycles through every time someone follows. So we can have a couple of those. Instead of the same one every time. We've had the same one for so long. This one is a bit more optimized. It's a bit more smooth. Smooth and slick. Like the stealth fighter in generals. So, bring on your cold, I'd say. We are doing fine. Can we get there? No, we are actually going to die if we try that. Well, I'm sorry guys, but... Only thing standing out, only thing standing out. That means that there is nothing to gain there. Well, I mean, I suppose we can check it out anyway. Who knows? Who knows what kind of lost treasures we can find? Buried in the midst of the snow? Probably not that many, surely. Right, get those engineers off here since we don't have anything to produce regardless. Now we could build a couple more of those, but it's probably going to be fine. In that case, let's fire up the other coal thumper. The Flying Irishman. Player GG, you have now been put to work in the steam coal mine.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
Oh, come on, bring on your cold. Yeah, there was nothing there. Empty shelter. Yeah, that's a bit too far. The storm is rapidly approaching. I think it is time to GTFO from Frostland. And that's the other scout team. Retreat not though. Yeah, but our scout team is going to perish if that happens. So don't. No, that's 20 hours. Fuck it. Get back to base. They're actually going to die. Oh, what's happening? Oh, no. Fuck, it's down here. Where are we? I am afraid that dreadnought is gonna be lost. There's no way I can get there before the storm reaches my team. And then they will be buried under an avalanche. Can you build another town? Yeah, absolutely. We can probably build an outpost close to here. There's even a whole, like, forest here to chop down if we need wood. However, we don't really have the... I mean, we technically do have the people. Let's be honest. With all these coal thumpers online, we don't need all these people here working on coal. We could just as well relegate, like, 40 or so folk over to this place, start drilling away all these trees and... build a couple houses around the steam hub, something like that. I already have a steam hub to start with. The Death Star firing for one. Can you upgrade the automaton? Yeah, there is a specific little upgrade that you. It's a story-related thing. It's not something you can really initiate yourself, but it exists nonetheless. Where a engineer will ask for for several things actually in order to improve the automaton efficiency. Now it's only about 5%, but that's still quite good, especially since the base efficiency of the automatons is 60%, I believe, 60%. And later on, with all the upgrades, you can get it up to 95, which, of course, given the fact that they work 24/7, makes it amazing. Currently, our base efficiency is 95%, which is the max it can reach, I think. Let's before the cold comes. Try to get that tech tree under control. I mean, given the fact that we are not working any overtime, we may as well activate all the research buildings now. Let's see, there is another one there. And there's another one somewhere located in this area. Right there. Right. Got it. Bam. Oh, is the heater not on there? Oh, there you go. Heater. Heater. That one is off. That one is off. Good. Gotta go. Have a nice evening. Same to you, Chaos. As usual, thanks for hanging out here. And we'll see you later. Alright, we got the entire tech tree. We got the entire tech tree of exploration and industry. We got heating. Resources, we are missing 3 things. Food and health, completed. As soon as these 3 are done, we'll have the entire tech tree. Completed. Right, all of these guys are coming back to... Okay, good. Well, at that point, there's nothing to it than just fast forwarding, no? I suppose. Well, the hope is, as it turns out, going down. We were pretty high, and now it's just... Okay, charcoal kiln. Charcoal kiln thermostat. It will produce 33% more coal. I never actually used these. Maybe I should. Charcoal kiln. Uses intense heat to char up to 70 wood per standard workday to produce 200 coal. But I'd rather convert coal to wood. Now, obviously, that's impossible, but... Really, if you look at our resource counters, I feel like the one thing we are missing is definitely not coal. About 4 days worth? Oh... Easy. Bring on that storm. Alright, our workers are coming back. Actually, we can disband the scouting teams for now. Disbanded. Oh, well, that research went quick. Charcoal kiln bellows. Charcoal kilns will produce coal 33% faster. Excellent. And now the remaining couple of people that are currently not working can work around here. And that is literally everyone working, ladies and gentlemen. 310 people. You can't currently see it because my webcam is in front of it, but... let's see, we are currently at scene. What happens if we just... Better? Yeah, but you can't see the things. Let's do that. There we go. I also like that in this game the outside of the screen gets taken up by this frost. Really brings you in the oh shit it's cold mood. Finish your labors. The workday is up. Oh, charcoal kiln. Is that it? Did we get the entire tech tree? Exploration. Let's make sure we have everything. Folks, I am happy to announce that we have successfully researched everything in the game. We are done. So let's turn off the workshops, because we don't need them. Get the people out. Turn off the heaters. And now we have a bunch more people that we can put to work. Once I was a researcher, and now I'm being thrown into the coal mines. Can we replace a couple of workers with engineers? Is that a moth in my room? Wow. That's right. Go fly over to that side of the room. Where you don't bother me. I know, is swatting a moth considered animal cruelty on Twitch? I'm not sure. So what now? That's a great question. We wait for the storm to arrive and hopefully we don't die. That's always a great occupation. Not dying, I'm a big fan of that. I'd say it's time to build another outpost either to this side or on the top here, but... given the fact that the storm is about to hit, I feel like this is the opportune moment to not do that. Why don't we replace the workshops with houses? We can leave that one just in case some new sort of tech pops up. Since this is very close to the generator, this is some prime real estate, no? That is that gone. We'll wait until they're all okay. That's all of that gone. And now we will put some houses there. Bam. Bam and bam. Put a path there as well. Okay. Put that around there so that the... That moth is testing my patience. Yes, it is getting colder. Substantially colder. In fact, it's currently minus 100 degrees Celsius. That is very, 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 very cold. And we don't have the medical facilities to really... It's freezing. That's unacceptable. We need... Oh, shit. I didn't have level 4. Oh, idiot I am. Back to normal. You sure? Does range 4 do anything for us? Let's wait until level 4 at least is active. Steam level 4. This should bring us back up to... Okay, well that's not that great, but it's doable. What does this do for us? Heats that and it heats that. For how much additional consumption? For 4,000. This is... That's just... I mean, we're not short on coal though. And we are still running a... access. We're good. We can just keep this running at full power all day, no problem, man. Though, ideally I'd have some additional medical facilities, but that one infirmary is gonna have to do it, I'm afraid. Besides, there's only one person that's sick right now, but undoubtedly that's going to rise in the near future. Get all that discontent down, get all that hope up. Ah, yes, I forgot. The food production stops in the... storm. That is a bit of a problem, but we do have enough food for about a month. We'll be fine. Thankfully, the coal production doesn't stop. That would actually be bad. When it reaches minus 120, I will... Oh, actually, we could just overdrive right now. The overdrive goes slow enough, or rather, the stress level rises slowly enough that we can very easily just keep burning. Burning. You know what we need to do? I know exactly what we need to do. I did this before. But first we need to turn off the music. This is what we do, folk. This is what we do. This is the plan of winners. Okay, you go to settings, then you go to audio. I don't know, it's gonna sound very unintuitive, but you mute the volume. Like that. Now, go back. Alt-tab for a second. You head over to the Epic Music folder. And then you hit the ASMR Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Nighttime Ambiance track. Yeah. And then you run that with the game. For this result. Is that not just the most peaceful shit? This is the most peaceful freezing to death you could ever find. And in fact, from what I hear from people, turns out freezing to death is actually pretty peaceful. More peaceful than, say, drowning or burning to death. Apparently at some point you stop feeling the cold entirely, and at that point you just kind of get sleepy and you fall asleep, at which point you die. So actually, this is pretty much the perfect music. And now we fast forward through it. Alright. I think we can last through the... Okay, we will get a message on our stress levels. If they get too high, we have still plenty of coal to burn. As you can see, the generator is currently into overdrive mode. I like the little visual details. It's clear that people spent a lot of time on this game. And it shows. Yeah. Yeah, what now? That was a good question though. What do we do now? Wait for the next storm to pass? I mean, it is pretty fucking chilly. When I say it is pretty chilly, I mean it's literally minus 100 degrees Celsius. And it's about to be minus 120. Is there anything else we needed from the Book of Laws? Don't need triage. Organ transplant, we don't have access to that. We didn't sign the child labor law, which I'll be honest, I was very tempted to sign that earlier. Dueling law, I don't want people dying in the street for nothing. Soup or food additives, I feel like that's also quite unnecessary since we have food for days. We have food for days. You could fall asleep to this. Alright, there's currently 8 people being treated, which means it is time to give them some extra food rations. And increase their recovery speed. Did that say 188% efficiency? Pfft. Wow. Okay, here we go. This is the big freeze. There is literally nothing more that I can do. The overdrive is on. We are burning at steam level 4 and range setting 4 as well, which means this is the max we can do. There's nothing more that can be done. The work shift starts. Okay, so it may be minus 120 degrees outside, but you know what? Go to work anyway. It's fine, just shrug it off. It's no problem, man. Oh, man. Alright, now we are slowly reaching critical levels on the generator. Of course, if the stress levels on the generator reach 100%, the generator blows and the game ends. That is the end. It is over. Goodbye. Thank you for playing. So obviously it is important not to let the generator reach 100% stress. But I think we'll be getting the 6 levels. I'll take it. Right back to minus 60. Right back to minus 60. I actually think that after this storm is over, is there really anything else that we have to do or have to fear? I mean, we have the automatons. We have a lot of the city automated. Not everything, but a lot. And I think we basically have a self-sufficient city at that point. Whoa, 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 stop! Oh. We're gonna forget that happened? Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that, okay? Oh, wow, that just... I was like, well, nothing... It's okay, man, and then stress levels critical. Oh, that would have been epic. That would have been sour, too. I would have been so shit. I would have been so... disappointed, mostly. I know it's cold and freezing and all that shit, but you know what? Alright, we only have to burn for a couple more hours. Surely the heat levels can take it. We'll try it. Okay. Stress is building. We're gonna keep a close eye on it. We're gonna keep a close eye on it. As soon as that reaches 98, I'm turning it off. Don't worry about it, it's no problem. What? Turn off the... I like that you do get the message, like, do it! Come on. Come on. End the damn cold. Fuck, we have to turn it off. We have to turn it off. You can see shit flying from the generator. That's a pretty bad sign. That meter is going crazy. Parts are moving that should not be moving. Yeah, now people are getting sick. The infirmary is too cold? What? Did I just turn off the heater in the infirmary? Like an idiot? Was that me? Oh, it wasn't the fucking neighbor. The hell is this? Why the hell is all this off? Because I didn't turn it back on, right? Turn every heater on except stuff that's powered by automatons. Okay, to prevent an epidemic, we need to heat these homes. I know the stress levels are critical, but we need to keep burning until at least the temperature soar. There's nothing I can do to appease the people. Okay, turn it back off. Infirmary, give everyone rash. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, turn the heat back to like level 1 or something, because we don't need all this. We don't need all these heaters. Should we turn off the heaters, by the way? Nah, it doesn't really matter. See, the heaters don't cost that much resources. It's generally the steam hubs and the generator itself, which is costing you a tremendous amount. But as you can see, everything is like fine, so. Economy. Coal. The generator is burning a lot. As you can see, the heaters are really the least of our worries. Should probably keep burning up to level 2 instead of level 1. It takes a while for the generator to power down, so. But I think we should be all good now. Yeah. What is left to do in this game then? I mean, sure, we can go out and explore Frostland again, but Stone Obelisk, Lying Rock. All of those are just waypoints again. I honestly kind of feel like we're done. There doesn't seem to be too much else that can be achieved. The generator needs to calm the fuck down. Stress levels are slowly dropping. Slowly. The automaton is refueling. Storage centers are fine. City seems to be fine and mostly self-sufficient at this point. In fact, we've even got full steel. We can even move that automaton over to another place if we wanted to. Guys, I think I'm just gonna call it here because I failed to see what else we could do here. Like, unless the next storm is gonna be like minus 200 and then we all just die. Which, to be fair, I do suspect this game of being able to do that. I completely believe that this game would do that. But for now, honestly, I think I'm going to call it here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the... Are we gonna call it the end? I don't know. When this is uploaded to YouTube, give me some comments on what you guys would like to do with the playthrough. We could proceed with this, very much so. We can keep going until we have the entire settlement automated with automatons, and we basically have like paradise on Earth, so to say. But the people don't actually have to work anymore, and everyone's just everyone's jobless, which you would think is a bad thing. But when everything is being made by automatons, well, what is the point? Anyway, give me some comments in the comment section on what you would like me to do with this series. And for now, I hope you all enjoyed yourself. And I thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.